To help me introduce the movie, I am so excited to have with us the star of the film. Please welcome to Noir City, Gigi Perreau. Gigi, you look like $1 million, so the people need to know that you are the star of a film made in 1950. And how old were you when you made this film?
Well, everyone's going to figure it all out anyway. I was about 8 and a half, almost 9. No, I figured the film, I wasn't sure when it actually came out, but I was thinking this is probably close, believe it or not, this is close to 70 years ago. Oh, wow. And I'm still standing.
And what's interesting is, okay, so you're 8 and a half years old or something in this movie, but this is not your first film. You had a lot of credits before.
Oh yeah, well, I started when I was 2. By the time I was 8, I was, I was a veteran. They referred to me as the veteran child actor. No, this movie, I think, was really one of my favorites, though, because Zachary Scott played my dad, and he was so wonderful. Just a quick story. At the very end of the film, very often the stars will give the people, the crew and the cast and everyone else, a present, some kind of a little thank you. And Zachary Scott, the last day, he said, "Could I see your bare foot?" And I went, "Okay." And I gave him my bare foot, and he traced around my foot and said, "Something special is coming in about 3 to 4 weeks." And by golly, he always wore cowboy boots, and I admired them so much. And he had a custom-made pair of boots for me from, I think it was Tony Romer, the big, bootmaker at that time in Texas. So that was his gift, and he was really just a lovely, lovely man. And Aunt Sothern was wonderful too. She really was.
We hate hearing this in Noir City, because Zachary Scott is like, the biggest cad in film noir,
I know.
Yeah. So
well, who knew from film noir? When I was 9 years old, I didn't know film noir. I didn't know that would be a film noir book or movie, and I didn't know that I would be here at a film noir festival. So this is all as exciting for me as it is for you guys. I'm really thrilled to be here. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
So here's the deal. I'm not, hey, Clue, how are you? Good to see you. Here's the thing. I was going to tell you before the show, like no spoilers, because we're talking before people are going to actually see the movie. Yeah, but the movie is made very differently. You will know very quickly as this film unfolds who the culprit is, because it's a suspense film. It's not a whodunit.
Right, and it's not a shoot 'em bang car chases. That was really an exciting film. I had never seen it. I loved it. I never went to the movies when I was little. I was making them, and so it's fun for me to see some of these.
Is that true? Were you not allowed to go to the movies?
I wasn't allowed. It was just, if I wasn't working, I was in school, and there isn't a lot of time in between, And of course, in those days too, I had my brother was in films and my sister Jenny, and so we were all pretty busy. We didn't go out to films very much.
Well, okay, let's talk about this for just a second, because the whole Perreau family are in movies. It's kind of amazing,
We were.
You were like a child acting dynasty or something.
Yeah, there were a few articles that used that word. My brother was Richard Miles. Gerald Perreau was his real name. And his first really big movie was the original Red Pony, which was directed by Louis Milestone. And they didn't like the fact that a little boy named Gerald Perreau, which is a very French name, was playing this all-American little boy in the Steinbeck movie. So Louis Milestone asked if he could change his name to Richard Miles, or to Peter Miles. And that's how that happened for the movie. And then my sister Janine was in a film that M, which is...
Yes, her sister Jenny was in Joseph Losey's M. She is the last little girl that David Wayne takes away.
That was a little scary. And then she also did, one of the Superman shows. And also, what was the one with Jimmy Hunt? The
Invaders
from Mars. Invaders from Mars. So it was fun. In those days, it was really, really fun. It was like a family. You went to Universal, you went to MGM, you went to studios, you walked around. As a matter of fact, a quick story. In this film that you're going to see, there's a woman named Nancy Davis, and she plays the psychiatrist. Well, she went on, that was one of her very first movies, if not her first. She went on, of course, to marry Ronald Reagan and became Nancy Reagan and First Lady of the state, first of all, and then First Lady of our country. But Nancy and I, for some reason, just hit it off so nicely. And we used to, at MGM, we'd kind of skipped out, we'd hold hands, my mother and me and Nancy, and we skipped out singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game for some reason. I don't know why we were singing that song, but Take Me Out, and we were kind of skipping down, and we'd go to the commissary and have lunch together, and then we'd skip back. And our friendship really continued from there. I met with her when she was married, when he was governor, and also spoke to her several times in the White House. So I know she seemed like a very tough, demanding woman when she was the First Lady, but she really, I think she was, very protective of her husband, but she was lovely to work with, so that's always nice to hear, I think.
Okay, Gigi, that is, in 21 years of Noir City, that is the least noir story I have ever. I mean, we skipped down there and saying, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. What is that? Am I dreaming this? What is happening?
A little comic relief in the middle of all this noirness, I think, is that a word? I think is very appropriate.
Well, now, Ann Sothern in this movie, right? Talk about adorable. I mean, Ann Sothern was one of America's sweethearts because she played Maisie in this whole series of movies at MGM, and she's absolutely delightful. It's a very different role for her in this movie.
Yes.
What was she like to work with?
Well, she was wonderful, and she had a very sweet little girl, and I don't know, I haven't really kept in touch with her, but she had a darling little daughter that she brought to the set quite a bit. Another non-noir, I've got happy stories, I'm sorry.
That's okay, the movie will depress everybody.
Yes, except, well, yes, it probably will. But I must say, at one point, I didn't know much about film noir, and I said, what makes this movie
noir, yeah.
What made this movie, because I had so much fun doing it, what made this movie called a film noir? And I can't really say because it might give away something, but someone said because, who was a bad girl in it.
Yeah, well, we're being very coy with the audience. That one person who applauded when I said we're not going to spoil, you've gotten in my head now, so we can't really talk about the plot of the film. You'll figure it out soon enough.